All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jaguars have Josh Lambo out there to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a guy on his fourth franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And going deep for Hill, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Here we go. 180! Hey, watch the slant.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Foles. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Anthony Hitchens Drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. 23 yards on the play.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then it curls back inside for the completion.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So how does a franchise that changed the city's name from Jacksonville to Saxonville improve in 2018? You draft defensive tackle Taven Bryan from the University of Florida to go along with Calais Campbell, the Defensive Player of the Year last year for the NFL. They could get to the quarterback. And a lot of people think that Bryan is a mini J.J. Watt with his ability to get upfield and make big plays in the backfield.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. They'll run on first down. Williams.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Mahomes now to throw. And an alley to run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Foles. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down, Hyde. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Boye up to make the tackle. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Attack, attack.
They'll run for it with a fullback, Sherman. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And he spins through. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it with Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Butker able to put this one through. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Anthony Hitchens picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and long. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
180.
Three buzz.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Fournette. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Under. Go.
Mike, 44. Watch the out.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And able to find Conley. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones on the stop.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Mike 50. Check. Mike 50.
They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They're going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go!
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Watch out. Shit.
1-1.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he spins past him and into space. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Let's go, D.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Dead! 380! Tiger! You must! Let's go!
Looking to throw again on second down. Foles. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. And he's taken down. A cheap sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim.
Get ready. At their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at the 20. They go play fake. Mahomes. Caught left side. Williams.
Complete to Damian Williams. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's second and 8.
It's second and 8.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Chiefs on third down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's third and 3. Working from the gun. Mahomes. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Watch the back.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Josh Allen. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Easy.
59, Mike. Check. 59.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
We want it. Come to my world. Shift. Watch the shift.
A handoff to Fournette, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let him know.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's good for Jacksonville. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
I got him. Back's mine. I got him.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, silent one. Check. Let's get the ball.
They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Frank Clark getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taken in at the 11.
All day, baby, all day.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He shakes him off. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
Check 59.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles, flush to his right. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Banjo.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And Conley's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Foles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Foles. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Hill on the return. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Now here's Mahomes. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time. Kill.
Let's go, great.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Here's Foles. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Easy.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Fournette on the counter. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Yellow, underline. Check, 47. Check.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
47 Mike. Mike 47. I got you.
One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Jacksonville, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, with the defeat, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. Yep.